The year 2020 was a delicate time for everyone all over the world. Every continent on the planet was plagued with the fierce and deadly COVID-19 pandemic, not to mention the staggering loss of lives the world suffered. However, the death toll could have been way more than it was if it weren't for the intervention of two brilliant doctors and scientists, Dr. Ugur Sahin and Dr. Özlem Türeci. An extraordinary husband and wife team collaborated with Pfizer to create the leading COVID-19 vaccine. And by doing so, they almost single-handedly put an end to the hopelessness the world felt at the time. How did this couple come about such an inspiring and timely innovation? In this video, we'll be talking about the extraordinary story of two genius scientists, Ugur Sahin and Özlem Türeci. We at Business Chronicles tell extraordinary business stories. Please subscribe to our channel to help us make more videos. Doctors Ugur Sahin and Özlem Türeci have a very similar origin story, in that they were both Turkish immigrants who lived in Germany. Let's begin with Dr. Ugur Sahin. Dr. Sahin was born on 19 September 1965 in İskenderun, Hatay province, Turkey. However, when he was just 4 years old, his family migrated from İskenderun to Cologne, Germany. This was where the young Sahin spent most of his childhood and early adulthood. As a child, he was interested in sports, but his love for science was undeniable. After high school, he went on to study medicine at the University of Cologne, where he also completed a doctoral thesis in cancer immunotherapy. Upon graduation, Dr. Sahin practiced as an oncohematology physician for a while, but he leaned more towards the path of research in academia than being a practicing doctor. In the following years, Dr. Sahin conducted research at university hospitals in Saarland and Zurich until 2000, when he founded a research group at the University of Mainz. In 2006, he also worked as a professor of experimental oncology at the university. It was during his time as a researcher at Saarland University Hospital that Dr. Sahin met Dr. Özlem Türeci, his future wife and business partner. What's her story? Dr. Özlem Türeci was born in Siegen, West Germany in 1967 to Turkish immigrant parents. Her father was a surgeon and her mother a biologist, both of whom were very passionate in their respective fields. This passion rubbed off the young Türeci. She was inspired to help people as her father did, but she was particularly inspired by the nuns who worked at St. Elizabeth Stift, the Catholic hospital where her father worked. Determined to be a doctor, Türeci was enrolled at Saarland University in Hamburg, where she studied medicine. And in 1992, she received her doctorate from the medical faculty of Saarland. Now a doctor, she was more interested in research than practical medicine. So she applied to the German Research Foundation, where she worked for a while as a Heisenberg Fellow. Her research career was primarily based on the identification and characterization of tumor-specific molecules and the development of immunotherapies against cancer. An academic through and through, Dr. Türeci went on to pursue a habilitation degree in molecular medicine at the Johannes Gutenberg University in Mainz. In her final year, she met Dr. Sahin, who was a researcher at Saarland University Hospital in Hamburg. The two bonded over their shared interest in research, our body's immune system, and molecular cancer treatments. After a relatively short courtship, Dr. Sahin and Türeci got married in 2002 and had their first and only child 4 years later. 22 years later, the two of them have become the definition of a power couple. But it all started with their biotechnology company, BioNTech. After years of being research assistants and professors, Dr. Sahin and Dr. Türeci decided to start their biotechnology company in Mainz, Germany. The goal was to focus on immunology and cancer research, and they have been doing that since the company's inception in 2008. In greater detail, BioNTech deals with research aimed at the discovery of mRNA-based drugs that can be used as individualized cancer immunotherapies or as vaccines against infectious diseases. These drugs can also be used as protein replacement therapies for a few rare diseases. The couple has hired other like-minded researchers to work in their company, like Katalin Karikó, a Hungarian-American biochemist, who developed a way to avoid triggering an inflammatory reaction when injecting an mRNA drug. With a remarkable research team at BioNTech, the company has made several groundbreaking discoveries in the treatment of cancer and other rare diseases. However, the project that launched the company onto a global scale was discovered in 2020, Project Lightspeed. In January 2020, COVID-19 was rampant only in China, but Dr. Sahin predicted that the disease could spread around the world and become a global pandemic. In light of this revelation, Dr. Sahin and Türeci decided to apply the mRNA vaccine technology their company had been developing for almost 20 years to create a vaccine against the coronavirus. However, to make such an important vaccine, they needed funding. This was where Pfizer came in. The couple convinced Pfizer, a giant pharmaceutical company, to collaborate with them and handle the cost of manufacturing a COVID-19 vaccine on a global scale. Pfizer got on board and work started immediately. The production of the vaccine was called Project Lightspeed, and by March 2020, the vaccines were ready to be tested out on humans. Within 9 months, Dr. Sahin and Dr. Türeci, along with the entire BioNTech team, developed the vaccine to the point where it was 90% effective. In December 2020, the new COVID-19 vaccine was authorized for use in the UK and the US, and this groundbreaking feat was dubbed the greatest medical breakthrough of our time. BioNTech became one of the first research companies to come up with a vaccine for a disease that killed more than 1 million people worldwide. While it is tragic that this many people died before the breakthrough, Dr. Sahin claimed that there were only a few companies on the planet that had the competence and resources to come up with a vaccine as fast as they did. He went on to say, "It felt not like an opportunity, but a duty to do it, because I realized we could be among the first coming up with a vaccine." After the success of Project Lightspeed, the genius couple has taken on other projects, including the development of malaria and influenza vaccines, as well as their other mRNA-based cancer treatments. With all this noble work, BioNTech, which was only known in certain parts of Europe, is now a globally renowned research facility, and the worth of the company has skyrocketed as well. Dr. Sahin and Dr. Türeci are now worth over $7 billion and are listed as two of the most influential people of the past few years. However, the power couple continues to live a humble life. Regardless, the world looks forward to seeing what other groundbreaking medical inventions they come up with in the coming years. With that, we've come to the end of this video. What do you think about this German power couple? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.